Hey, I wanted to pop on today and demo Bird of Paradise. Bird of Paradise is, I think, the first standing balance that I learned in a yoga class. And that's not to say that I was able to do it right away, or that I can do it perfectly all the time, because I can't. But I really like it, and I think that it looks very, very pretty. So I like when it's incorporated in a yoga class because I feel like dainty and regal at the same time. I don't know if that's an accurate description of it, but that's how I feel in it. So you want to have your shoulders warmed up and your hamstrings warmed up for this specific posture. And with Bird of Paradise, it's something that I was able to grasp the idea of fairly quickly, but the actual execution of it took a lot of patience and it took a lot of practice, which is all of yoga. It takes a lot of patience. It's something that I don't have a lot of patience, but yoga has been good to really teach me that lesson. So please don't be discouraged if you can't get into it right away. Please don't be discouraged if you can get into it perfectly one day and then the next day you can't. That's been my process with balances. Some days I'm like right on it, and some days my ankles just feel like they're gonna snap in half and I can't carry any weight on them at all. It's like shocking I can even walk around some days. So hopefully for this purpose, I'll be able to do it for you guys today so I can really show you how to get into it. So we're gonna take it in a few different steps. So the first step, well, we're gonna get into it from standing. There's a few different ways you can get into it, but for this tutorial, I'm just gonna start standing. So I'm gonna have a slight bend in both my knees. We're going to do the right leg up in the air for this video. I'm going to come up on the ball of my right foot, bend a little bit more into my right knee than I am in my left, and I'm going to bring my right arm through, bend at the elbow as if I was like gonna pat myself on the back here, and with my left arm, I'm gonna reach around and I'm gonna bind my fingers together. So I'm just gonna reach around with my left hand and find those right fingers. So I'll show you what it looks like. So come high on the ball of that right foot, slight bend in the left. Right arm reaches through and bends up. Left arm reaches around and you take that bind there. So that's step one. You find your fingers, bind. If you're a little bit more flexible, you can grab the wrist. Totally up to you. Let me turn around here. Okay. Step two, I'm gonna shift all my weight into that standing leg, making it an active leg, really rooting down into all four corners of that standing foot. So my left foot for this purpose. From here, I just lift up my right leg. Ooh. So I don't know what step we're on. I think it's 3. So this is the next step. And you're cool to just hang out here to really get the feel of it. There's just one more that comes after this. So really get your balance here. If you feel firmly rooted and you feel like you can balance, you can take the next step. Balancing helps if you find a focal point. Find a spot on the floor and just stare at it. That's your drishti, your focus. So from here, all I'm gonna do is just extend that leg and maybe point the toe to make it look nice and dainty. Shoulders back. That left shoulder has a tendency to kind of cave in here. You want to really push your shoulders back, open your heart. Last step, you can look over your left shoulder. And you come out nice and slow. Bird of Paradise.